Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Erica and I am here to host the Stitch Your Own Adventure podcast. This week is episode 11 and it has been a couple weeks since I have been on here. Things were busy and quite frankly I've just been in a little bit of a slump. But I'm happy to be back today. I'm feeling, really motivated and just like in a good mood, which is always nice, especially as it gets like colder and darker. I feel like it's really important to sort of hold on to those days when you're feeling good, even with that. So this is a podcast all about knitting, crafty projects, etc. And if you're new, thank you for being here. I'm excited to see you. Feel free to like and subscribe. And if you're returning, thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here with you again. All right, so as I said, it's been a couple of weeks. I've been in a bit of a slump. And it wasn't just like a knitting slump. Like I know that can happen sometimes. And I was feeling that, but I was also just feeling kind of in a slump in general. I don't know, I was just like kind of down, just feeling really tired, like kind of, when you're just kind of bored, like there's all these things you could do, but you just like don't really want to do anything. But then you're also kind of bummed out because you're like not doing anything. That's kind of where I was at. But that has since passed and I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling happy, productive, all of that. So I think it's not that I want to hide those things on this channel, but like I don't think the amount of setup it takes for a podcast, and if I'm just not feeling it, I'm not gonna like subject you guys to a really like low energy, downtrodden podcast. If I don't feel like I have much to say. If I had a lot to say, we'll see. We'll see what comes in the future. But that is why it's been a little while. So anyway, I wrote a note and I have no idea what it says, which is really fun. I cannot read my own handwriting. I used to not get not teased in a mean way, but I've always been teased by my friends in a loving way that I have boy handwriting, which is silly because I actually know a lot of boys who have very beautiful handwriting, but I do not have pretty round bubbly handwriting. Anyway, let's move on to what we're actually here for, which is the projects. You know what, before I get into the projects, I just said we're gonna get to them, but one sec. I think part of the reason I was in a slump knitting wise was where I was at in each of my projects. They were just they just all had a hiccup where it felt like it was just that much harder to pick it up and get going. Like with my socks last time, I talked about how I needed more yarn, I ran out, or I wasn't gonna have enough. And with my sleeves, it got to the point where you actually have to pay attention to how long you want them, and that's always a bit of a hurdle for me, that decision making and that judgment call makes it harder, and I kind of put that off sometimes. And then there was one other thing. I don't remember. But anyway, I have a finished object. It's 98% finished, I'm gonna call. It's my shawl. I finally finished it and it feels so good to have it off my shoulders so it can be on my shoulders. This is it. This is the Touchstone. Oh, it's gigantic. I'm trying to hold it up. It is so wide. It is definitely wider than my wingspan, which is 5'4", because did you know that when you stretch out your arms all the way to the side, it's exactly your height? Pretty cool. If you have kids, have them do it, measure them against, it's so fun. People are just so shocked if they haven't heard that before. It's pretty common knowledge, I guess. Well, I don't know. Doesn't matter. It's kind of fun. So anyway, this is it. It's all done. The only thing that's not done is, did I weave in the ends? I definitely have some ends, but I think I already wove them in and I just need to snip them after I block. Yeah. So I think I just need to snip the ends, block it, and then wear it. So yes, I think blocking this is on my to-do list for today. Let me see if I can show you what it looks like on. Oh. So I will say I'm not 100% sold on the shape of this shawl. I don't know, it's just this one corner being so much longer. I'm just not sure how I feel about, like, it just really dangles. I could probably like tuck it though, and like if I tie that one around the other one, make it a little shorter. Let's see. I'm gonna just tuck it up in there. Yeah. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I'm really happy that it's done, it's comfortable. I think it's really nice, like the color gradient. This was using, okay, it was using Lion Brand Shawl on a Ball. And I think it was the color Feng Shui, I believe. So yeah, it's done. I'm really excited and I hope I wear it a lot. So yes, off the needles, one thing less to do. And I will say, I think I'm a little shawled out right now, if that's a thing. I think, it's not even like I've done a ton. I don't know. I don't need a lot of shawls because I don't like wear them super consistently. And I don't really have other people in my life who I think are very interested in shawls. Maybe my sister. Maybe I could make one for her. But yeah, I don't know. I think I'm gonna take a break and focus on other wearable garments. So yes, I'm excited to just block this out and wear it because it's chilly now. I can probably throw this on. It is nice to have such like neutral colors so you really can just throw it over everything and it just doesn't matter. Like, I'm wearing basically all black today. I mean, I'm in loungewear. I like half got dressed. This is my weekend equivalent of dressed. Oh, I was gonna say, I don't know what, well, okay. I went to happy hour with my friends and I had like one beer. One. And I came home and I was like, I'm gonna knit. I'm gonna knit on my shawl. And I did, and I was like, I'm gonna finish my shawl. And so I just kept knitting and knitting, and then I was like, oh, I'm gonna bound off. And then I kid you not, I had like 10 stitches. And I looked and all of a sudden I had like no yarn. Like literally, like I couldn't hold it in my hand anymore. I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing, Erica? You gotta pay attention. So I guess that one beer impaired my judgment. And I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I have no more of this yarn. I'm not gonna buy more of this yarn. I just found a gray yarn in my stash, like a gray acrylic, and I just did a little magic knot, finished binding off, and that's that. So it might not have the sturdiest bind off ending, but I mean, I don't know. I'm just not worried about that little corner coming unraveled. So yeah, just thought I'd share that little story with you guys. So, you know, I will say I was not drunk. I was not drunk at all. I was one beer in. But don't drink and knit, it's dangerous. Anyway. Back to the projects. Hopefully that's not too embarrassing to air on YouTube. Okay, so next I have my socks for Ben. Last time, well, I don't think I put a marker in, but I think last time on this sock I'd finished the heel and I was on the foot. So yeah, I finished this sock, fits him really well. I'm really happy about that. It's a nice, thick, sturdy feeling sock. I did buy another skein of yarn to finish it. So I've got, well, I'll show you in a second. But anyway, now this is the second sock, and yeah, it's going well. It's a sock. It's a vanilla sock. I just finished the gusset decreases this morning, so onto the foot, if you can tell. Yeah, if you're not a sock knitter, then this might look funny, but if you are, you'll know. But yeah, basically, I've come down this way. I did the heel flap, heel turn, all these gusset decreases, and now I'm just gonna go this way to finish the foot. I only have this much yarn left, so I don't think that's gonna be enough for his long feet, but I do have the other skein of yarn that I already used some of for finishing up the other one. So I am a little worried because when I bought this yarn, this is the Patons Croix in the color tourmaline stripes. When I bought this yarn, I also bought a few other colors, and because they were on sale, and I was like, oh, you know, it's a great deal for making a pair of socks, right? So I bought a few different colors, and the first pair I made before this one worked out great. Totally had enough yarn, everything was normal. This one did not have enough yarn. So I've still got at least 1 or 2 other pairs of 50 gram skeins to make pairs of socks. Or I guess I should have enough yarn for 2 other pairs of socks, but now because of this situation, I'm worried that I'm gonna have to buy more, which would bum me out. So I don't know. I'm kind of nervous about that, if the other ones are gonna also have this issue of not, for some reason, not like stretching far enough. We'll see. But anyway, vanilla socks, not terribly exciting. In the back of my head, I'm like, oh, I should save these for Christmas, like to stuff his stockings, but I also know that he's been watching me make them and really excited to have another pair, so I don't think I have it in me to hold out on him. I think I'm gonna have to give them to him right away and make another pair or something for his stocking. Okie dokie, let's see. So this is my Felix cardigan. This is by Savory Knitting. It's in a bag by Bags by Awesome Granny. These cute little otters. I think I've shown them before. But anyway, this sweater is functionally, well, okay, not functionally complete. It's mostly complete, but I'm not calling it a finished object for a few reasons. So let me hold it up. And let me remind everyone, or tell you if you're new, this is my very first knit cardigan. So it's very exciting for me. So Felix cardigan by Savory Knitting. I used Knit Picks City Tweed in the Aran weight, in the colorway Orca. So it's this beautiful kind of charcoal gray with these like cream and brown and black speckles. Speckles? No. Tweedy bits. Naps, I believe is the word. I'll just go through the whole dictionary until I find the right word. Okay. So last time we talked, I was at this point. I have this cute little pumpkin marker. So I was at that point in the sleeve, so I finished the sleeve, finished the cuff, and I do still have to weave in this end. I kind of have it tucked in there. And then I also did the entire second sleeve. Ta-da! Yeah, so the sleeves went like crazy fast on this. Granted, it is Aran weight yarn, so that makes sense. But yeah, once I got past the hurdle of like determining when to stop, that is so hard for me, that part. Like making that decision of like, do I do longer? Is it gonna be too long? Like that really stumps me sometimes. But then the second sleeve, don't have to think about it because I already did that on the first one. So it went really fast. And yeah, so now what I have left on this is weaving in ends. I did some of them, but I still have a bunch to do. And then blocking, of course, and buttons. So I have buttonholes on this side, and then I have the places marked where I need to sew the buttons. I've never in my life sewn buttons onto anything, so I'm kind of nervous. It seems like it shouldn't be that hard, but I'm also really bad at sewing, so I don't know. Like really bad at sewing. It does not come naturally to me, and I don't know why. But yeah, so the pattern says it needs 20mm buttons, and I did go to a couple shops yesterday just looking, and they didn't have any 20mm buttons. So what I've done is I've just gone on Amazon and gotten like a set of some resin, like nice brown resin buttons. I say nice, I won't know until they get here if they're nice. But I did get a set that has a few different sizes, so that hopefully, even if the 20mm doesn't work with my buttonholes, then a different size that I have in there will. That's the hope. I guess we'll see what happens. And then yeah, I'll try sewing them in and see how it goes, but I don't know. Hopefully it ends up coming together and making it look complete. But anyway, I know last time I was talking about like if it's gonna be like too big, if the fit is weird, but I think I'm actually pretty happy with it. So I'll show you it on, kind of. I mean, it will be on, it won't be kind of on, but we'll see if you get the effect. I love the length of the sleeves. Yeah, pardon my sweatpants. And here, let me see if I can tuck this in. Pardon all my ends and all this stuff going on. But yeah. So, you kind of see, oof, I'm like squatting. So I think it's a good length. And yeah, I think it's actually really cozy. And I think once it has buttons, then I'm picturing it'll kind of sit like this. I don't usually button all the way. I'm not usually one who buttons all the way to the top, but yeah, it's so soft and so warm. Like, this might be the coziest thing I've ever made for myself. And yeah, I was nervous about it. I wasn't sure in my head. I was like preparing myself to be disappointed, but I don't think I have to be. I think it all worked out. I will say, and I think I said this a couple episodes ago, but this nice detail, it's kind of hidden in my yarn choice. This sort of like lace detail that goes down the front and the back of the shoulder, kind of. Yeah, tweed yarn, you know, it just kind of covers that up. It doesn't highlight it very well, but you know, I own the pattern and I can kind of see myself making it again. I think, I don't know. Yeah, I think if I were to do it again, I would do it in a more solid or like a less busy color. So something more solid or semi-solid, like a tonal, where you could really see that detail nice and clearly and show that off. So yeah, so cozy, so warm, and I'm so excited to see what it looks like with buttons. I'm nervous that I'm gonna mess it up. Okay, I'll take this off. So weaving in all these ends is on my to-do list for today. I don't think I'm gonna block this one today though. I only have so many blocking mats, and I think that shawl is gonna take up a good chunk of them. Yeah, so yeah. Oh, I should say, so this is Knit Picks yarn, and it's one of their pricier yarns, I would say. And oh no, I'm gonna have to sneeze. they're having a big sale right now. I think they actually call it the big sale. But like almost all their yarns are on sale. So if you're interested in this yarn, I think it would probably be a good time to go look and see if it's, yeah, in your budget and you want to go for it for a project. So just putting that out there. I may have splurged a little bit on their sale, but I'm not going to talk about what I bought, what I have bought, because it's not here yet. And also I think I'd rather just talk about it when I'm on the projects. We'll see how excited about it I get when it comes in. And if I have the need to talk about it and share, because that would be a good, this is a great outlet for that. Do you get like that when you order yarn? Are you like, I have to show someone this, like someone else has to touch this and tell me what, you know, how they like the colors? Because I'm totally like that. And like, I'll text my boyfriend and I'll be like, Ben, my package came, like, can I show you all of it? And he'll be like, I guess. And you know, he's a good sport about it. He'll be like, oh yeah, that's nice. But you know, he's not as excited about it as me. So it's kind of fun to share with someone who's like as excited. I don't know, do you get that where you just like really want to show it off? Let me know in the comments. Okay, what else? I'm checking my notes. Oh, okay. So that is the end of all my works in progress. Not works in projects. Works in progress. Kind of. I have a brand new project that I haven't technically cast on, but I have done a gauge swatch for. I'm so sorry. I took off that sweater and now I'm cold, so bear with me while I put on my sweatshirt. Oof. It's more difficult than it should have been. Okay, so I have done a swatch. Yay! So this swatch is Knit Picks. It's another Knit Picks yarn. It's Knit Picks Wool of the Andes in the color Mink Heather. So it's a really nice neutral, like, gosh, I don't know, like warm, or not warm, like a brownie beige. I don't know. I'm hoping it looks good on me and doesn't wash me out, because my plan is to make a sweater. So I want to make the Towns sweater by Ozetta. So it's a really beautiful high neck, simple sweater. It's got like nice long ribbing, like ribbed cuffs, and it's got drop shoulders. I've never done a drop shoulder sweater, so I'm excited. But it looks like a perfect like wardrobe staple. I think this nice neutral color will be perfect, unless it looks weird on me. I'm kind of a pale person. So I don't know. I think it could be okay. It's hard to tell with all this black, but I think it'll be fine. So yeah, this is 100% Highland, Peruvian Highland wool. And I do have another sweater in this yarn, which I actually just wore yesterday, and it was so comfy. It was like a tiny bit prickly when it would just like brush against my neck right where the collar sits. But if it's like on, it doesn't bother me. So yeah, so the Towns sweater, let me tell you about if the swatch was successful or not for getting gauge. So I did use the recommended needles for this swatch, and I blocked it, and I think it has a pretty nice drape for being like worsted weight, 100% wool. When I measure down here at the bottom where I started, I'm about a stitch off. I'm measuring, I think, 18 stitches per 4 inches instead of 17. But up here at the top, I'm at gauge. So what that means to me, and hopefully I don't know. I'm just gonna hope it's gonna be fine. It's an oversized sweater anyway, so I think if it's like a tiny bit, if my gauge is a tiny bit off, I'm not worried it's not gonna fit. It'll just have a slightly different fit. But what it means to me that it was smaller down here than it is up here is when I start a new project, I think I knit tighter. And then as I get going and I'm more relaxed and I'm not thinking so hard about it, my gauge loosens up a bit. So I think that the top gauge, which is actually correct, I think that's probably more accurate to what it would be in my project than the tighter gauge down here. I'm hoping that's the case, but only time will tell. I'd be kind of nervous, I think, to go up a needle size because then if I then loosen up even more as I'm going, as I get into the project, I do worry that then my gauge would be like even too big, if that makes sense. Let me know what you think. Would you just go with it based on this swatch where the top half is fine and the bottom half is a little small? Or would you re-swatch with different needles? What do you think? Any advice is appreciated. All right, well, that's all I have for today. I don't really have any life stuff other than we're just, doing Thanksgiving shopping. We're gonna be cooking at Ben's parents' house, so we get to use their kitchen facilities, which is really nice, but we're providing the food, so I think that'll be really fun. So we've just been shopping for that. And yeah, I'm hoping to have a relaxing week outside of work anyway, and get a lot of knitting done. So yeah, I would love to hear from you guys. Is there anything you're doing right now in preparation for the holidays? And is there any projects that you're like really excited to get started? Whether that's gift knitting for other people or something for you, let me know if you're starting something new in this season. Well, anyway, thank you so much for sitting with me today. I had a really good time. Like this, I don't know, it just felt really fun today. So thank you, I hope you had fun. And yeah, if you want to keep watching these videos, come on back to my channel in another week or two. I hope you guys all have a really, really wonderful time with your projects and with your lives until we speak again. All right, talk to you soon. Bye.